Today we're dialing up Kurt Cobain's guitar tone from Come As You Are. Let's go. Is the third track and the second single from Nirvana's second studio album, Nevermind, released in March of 1992. Kurt Cobain was a minimalist when it came to guitar tone, which just goes to prove that it's not about how much gear you have, but about how you use the gear that you have. Kurt's amp configuration on Nevermind was pretty simple. His amp setup included a Mesa Boogie Studio preamp, a Crown Power Amp, and a Marshall 412 with Celestion G12T 75s in it. For pedals, Kurt kept things super simple. He used an Electro-Harmonix small clone chorus pedal and a Boss DS1 distortion pedal. That's it, 2 pedals and an amp rig. Easy peasy. So let's dial this up on the Fractal Audio FM3. For the guitar, I'll be using my Les Paul Special. In case you're wondering, this song is in what's called low D tuning, which is D, G, C, F, A, and D. First up, the clean tone. The first thing I noticed when listening to Come As You Are is that they inserted a compressor to level things out. And so up front, I've inserted a Dynacomp compressor to help with evening out the main riff. For the amp, I'm using the USA Pre-Clean, which is based on a Mesa Boogie tri-axis preamp. I'm sure other Boogie amp models would work, but this one seems to fit the 90s preamp thing that Kurt was going for when he set up his rig. Based on a few articles, I read that Kurt liked to crank up the mids, and so I did that and then added a little bass. For the speakers, I went with Marshall 412 cabs with Celestion G12T 75s in them. I went with 2 different impulse responses just for fun. Next up, we'll need some chorus. Kurt used the Electro-Harmonix small clone. On the FM3, I went with the 4-voice analog, which seems to fit the bill. I tweaked a few settings, added some high cut, and voila, some clean warbly tone. Next up, Kurt's crunch tone. Early on, Kurt used a Boss DS1 distortion pedal, and there's a Boss DS1 in the FM3, so I went with that. I set the distortion to 7, the tone to 4, and then added some high cut. That gave me this. Tone, I'm pretty sure they dialed in the amp differently, but to get us there, I decided to stack some pedals. To help us get there, I decided to stack another dirt pedal in line to help add focus to the single note line. So I added an Ibanez TS-808 and cranked the drive and tone knobs, but that didn't get me there. So then I jumped over to the advanced tab and messed with the mids a little more. That seemed to get me in the ballpark. Alright, to be honest, I'm not super happy with this lead tone, but it'll get us there for version 1.0. Alright, check it out. As I was building the tone, I added a few tweaks to help out. I added a room reverb to add a little space, but it's not needed if you don't want. I also added a gate to help tame the noise introduced when stacking the pedal for the solo section. Well, there you have it, my take on Kurt Cobain's guitar tones on Come As You Are. And just because I love that sus chord at the end of the song so much, here it is. Alright, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Rocks out.